we go. All right. So kind of just to get the ball rolling with you guys, give us your names because some of our readers are new to the band, and then, kind of some background on Liily as a whole.
I'm Max.
I'm
From
sorry.
no.
Keep going.
I'm Max. I play drums. And Dylan, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Dylan. I sing.
All right, great. So kind of just give us some background on the band, maybe how you guys got together, and maybe what's how you came about your sound.
Well, I've known Dylan since I was 7, and I met him up at a music school. And I also met Sam, the guitar player, at the same music school. And I met Charlie at the very beginning of high school. We all kind of operated in the same friend circles. We all had the same friends too. So I think we were all kind of playing music, not all together, but like separate from each other, in different bands and different music schools. And it kind of came together in the beginning of freshman year in high school, when Charlie and I met, because he was one of the pieces of the puzzle. Because Sam and I started the band as like a cool heist. Like, we thought it was cool to be in a band at the time, and we had never started a band before. We were just like, oh, it's gonna be sick. And then we realized we needed more people to play the instruments. So then, because I just met Charlie, he was playing bass, and he kind of joined. And then we were kind of jamming for a while, and then Dylan was the final puzzle piece to complete the band. And he kind of came in a little bit after the band started.
All right. So is the kind of the sound that you guys have, it's sort of a garagey alt rock type sound. And it sort of encompasses other different styles too. Is that sort of pull from everybody's experience or styles that they're into, or was this sort of a predetermined, like, hey, we want to make our own sound, so to speak?
I think when we started, if you go back and listen to our old stuff, like our EP and our old stuff, I mean, we've only made stupid things, but it seems very old to us because those songs on the EP we wrote when we were, I don't know, 15, 16, and we didn't really get to record them until like 18
Okay.
old and 19. And we had already, when you're in that kind of period of your life, every year kind of feels like 5 years because you're growing really fast and things are happening really fast. So I think the inception of the band's kind of finding the sound was more like based off other bands, because we really know what we wanted. We just know we like these bands and we wanted to sound like that. And then I think after that, when we were making TV or Not TV, the record, I think that's when we kind of were like trying to still using influences, but I think we were more so trying to craft our own thing.
All right. Cool.
Which was pretty much that album. And that was also, we started writing that like kind of a year before COVID, and then COVID hit, and it gave us a new perspective on how to finish the album. And I just think that's when we kind of were like, oh cool, like let's actually be unique to ourselves and try something different and not so heavy on influences. And now we're just kind of trying to do the same but also make good songs, I guess.
Gotcha. Now Dylan, at what point, where do you come in with your lyrics and everything? Do you kind of have, or were these lyrics that you had previously and you sort of applied them to the new music you guys were writing, or did you write it as the music was being written?
I mean, for the record and EP, it was definitely after, but I think now trying to integrate like doing it as the song is being created. Definitely like trying to have a lyrical idea at its inception for sure. That's kind of my goal. That's
All
my
right.
New Year's resolution.
Nice, nice. Now, do you find it's since you've sort of changed how you're working it and you're kind of going as the music goes, has it been easier or maybe a little bit more difficult for you?
I think it's easier to probably um create a create an impact, I'd say. Because obviously like it's easy to come up with like a catchy melody or whatever, but I think the hardest thing to do is come up with catchy lyrics. And I think that's kind of been my whole goal, is trying to like write something that is not necessarily catchy melodically, but
Hmm,
it sticks with you because of like the words that you're repeating back, you
gotcha.
know. And
Yeah.
that's something that I strive for almost.
Cool. Yeah. No, so let's talk about you guys had a big performance on Miley's New Year's Eve party recently. Maybe tell us about how that opportunity came about and what that experience was like, because it was pretty, a lot of people were watching that.
Yeah, no, it was pretty cool. Well, I'm very close with Miley, and we've all known her for a really long time. And basically, over the years, she's been listening to the music, and at one point, she was just like, "You guys should just play New Year's," and we're like, "Okay." We've never really done anything like that before. Like live televised event, and
Mhm.
also, you only have one song to play, even though we smashed the Beastie Boys song in there.
Right.
But we usually, when we play shows, I guess it's on the more intense side, so it's nice to like start the set with how we roll into it and like get into it. So it's the first time where we were like go from 0 to 100.
Yeah.
So that was kind of different. That's kind of how it happened, and we're super grateful and super thankful that we got to do it. And it
Awesome.
was a lot
So
of fun. Yeah.
yeah, so you mentioned the Sabotage single and also playing your guys' newest single, Applause. How did you go about picking the Beastie Boys?
Um, I think, well, originally we were gonna do two songs like separate from each other.
Mhm.
And then just things happen, and like they had to make time for other things, and they were like, all right, so now you guys gotta either play one song or do like a medley. Um, and we're kind of going back and forth on what we should do. I think we were gonna try two originals, and then it changed into an original and a cover, and then it changed into an original, and then like we were trying to like get uh we had an idea of getting this rapper JPEG Mafia up or something. Like we were just kind of trying to get something like a spectacle, like a crazy thing that people would be like, that's weird, that's crazy. And then when we had one thing, we were like, okay, well, we're definitely gonna play Applause, because we kind of got that song together for New Year's.
Okay.
We when we found out we were gonna play, we have to, okay, we should have a song ready to go when we do play New Year's. So we kind of put that together last minute and recorded it, and then we're like, okay, we're definitely playing that. And then we were just one day we were working on stuff. We were like, let's just find a cover. And we had been talking about the Beastie Boy, the Sabotage, for a really long time.
Mhm.
We just never really done it. And we kind of were just like, screw it. So we learned it and then threw it in there.
Well, you guys certainly did it justice. That's for sure.
Thank
Sounded
you.
great. Um, Now, Applause, being that it is a newer single for you guys, and it wasn't on the TV or Not TV album. Was it a song that you started around that same time that you were recording and it just didn't make the record, or this is something that it is a newer piece that you guys put together?
It's new. I mean, I think it came out like, I mean, we wrote it probably around like 4 or 5 months, 6 months after the record actually even came out. So it's been a while, you know. Our creative, I guess, just where we were at the time was completely different than where we were when we wrote Applause. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So it's also got a video that just recently came out. Can you tell us a little bit about how you guys put that together and maybe the idea behind that?
Oh, the video?
Yeah.
It's more of like a visualizer. It's just it's a bunch of stock footage that Sam like bumped the contrast on and made it look crazy, and yeah, that's pretty much it. We wanted to do like a proper music video for it. It's just with everything going on, you know, we're recording new music and stuff, so it's just there's a lot kind of in the way. But whatever song comes out next, we hope to do a music video.
Awesome. That sort of leads into us. I know the press release that recently came out said you guys are, you know, have a bunch of stuff planned coming forward into the new year. Kind of tell us where you're at with that. Maybe are we going to see more singles, or is it going to be a full length, or maybe an EP?
Well, that's what we're trying to decide. Definitely more music will be coming out in the form of singles. I think we're gonna try that for a little bit, see how that goes.
Sure.
We have a lot of stuff floating around, a lot of ideas that are like 80% finished. We just had to take them to the finish line, and some are being recorded as we speak. So hopefully soon, music wise, I'm pretty sure in the next month or two. Other than that, tour, we're going on tour on the 17th, starts the 17th of February.
Perfect.
And we're going on tour with Fiddler up the West Coast.
Awesome.
Which we did dates with them in September and October on the West Coast and East Coast, and they were awesome. So they're really fun shows. So if you find yourself, you know, check out the Instagram, and if you find yourself in a city, come through, because it's a good time.
Excellent. Now, is this just sort of the first batch of shows that we'll probably be seeing you guys on, or are there talks to do more, obviously, as the summertime rolls around and everything?
Definitely
yeah,
talk to do more for sure.
Yeah, last year was probably one of the crazier touring years we've had. I think we did over 100 shows, and yeah, it was pretty intense for not having toured for, you know, 2.5 years previous. Sure. But yeah, it was, I feel like it's only going to get crazier.
Yeah. Now, how did you guys adjust going back into that? You know, like you said, going from really nobody being able to do anything to boom, you're, you know, busting out 100 or more shows.
I mean,
we spent a lot of time in COVID making the record, so that was kind of that part. And then when did we do that tour? We did a tour at the end of 2020, and it was
September.
Weirdest thing ever. Because like, yeah, I think the shows are absolutely nobody there, and half the shows there was like a lot of people there, and it was like you know, it was just like we've never toured like that before. They were playing all these weird places and all these weird venues, and like there was the whole, you know, the being safe with the COVID and like interacting with the crowd, you couldn't really, like selling merch was like it was, everything was a thing.
Yeah.
And it was like right before, or we toured right after Delta variant was like a huge thing, and right before Omicron was a
So
thing.
you're right in between.
Yeah, we like started after Delta wasn't a thing, and then we ended literally like a couple days before they were like, oh, new variant, like watch out. So that was weird.
But yeah, it was I'd say it was a pretty like fair and like easy adjustment. I didn't really have, I remember like ever struggling. It definitely felt different than how we toured in 2019. Just because we were mostly doing support tours in 2019. And then 2021, when we started touring again, I don't know, it was like a different thing, because we're all like substantially older, and we just had grown so much without music or performing.
Right.
So there was definitely like a huge gap that we had to fill, and time that we had to make up in some sense. So I wouldn't say it was hard, but it was different,
Okay.
transition.
Yeah, and you sort of mentioned it there. Did you find that maybe you were gone, you came out 2019 just before this thing starts almost, then it happens, you find sort of we've sort of have to relay our tracks and kind of recapture, after being put on pause, so to speak?
Yeah, but I think that was more of a like recorded music type of thing. Like,
Okay.
we had put out an EP, and that's what we were pretty much touring off of in 2019. And then the whole like pandemic was trying to write this new record that
Gotcha.
was going to put us in a different place, because we wanted to be in a different place. And more or less, it was just trying to find our footing after putting that out versus a pandemic. Because I think using the pandemic as an excuse is not really true. I think we just needed to re-represent ourselves as a band. And
Gotcha.
that was through the album, not necessarily through pandemic and not touring.
Nice.
I think it was
Yeah,
the
that'd be
general
cool.
break of time that we had to like, because the album or the EP is so different from the album,
Right.
and the time that we had in the pandemic was kind of like shaping like what kind of like what are we,
Gotcha.
you
So
know?
it's sort of,
And we're still figuring that out,
yeah.
like as any band would.
Yeah.
But the goal is to get closer and closer to figuring that out, and the only way to do that is to keep making stuff and putting stuff.
Yeah. No, it sounds like it sort of helped you guys maybe start on that, get going in that, that new direction that you wanted to take. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So kind of just to wrap up, maybe some of the best places our readers can go to and, kind of keep up to date with new singles, new tour dates, anything you guys have coming out.
The Instagram, we're pretty active there.
Liily the band, it's
Yeah.
our name and then the band
Okay.
on
then we
all
have-
social media.
Yeah. And we have a website for like tour dates and stuff. We're on TikTok, but it's because we're told to be. So there's we usually post funny stuff on there. But yeah, you can find us on everything.
Excellent, guys. Well, that's all I have question wise. Thanks so much for taking the time, and I'm looking forward to hearing the new tracks you have coming out, and hopefully you'll make it over to the East Coast here in the spring, summer, and I'll be able to catch a show.
Absolutely. Thank you for
Yeah.
having us.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Take care.
You too.
All right, bye.
Bye.